Hey, Dave,
Yeah,
would you be able to help me out?
I sure can. What's up?
I keep receiving calls that some of our vehicles are speeding. Is there anything I can use on Zonar that can help me with that?
Yes, there is. There's a really great report. We call it the speed report. Let me show you how that works.
All right, perfect.
Most people know the speed report for finding vehicles that are going too fast or above a speed limit. But another way this report can be used is in community outreach, meaning that sometimes you'll be getting calls from the community or a community member saying one of your buses is going too fast. So we can use this report to help isolate what vehicle that was. So to do that, we start with reports and we'll go down to speed. Once we click on speed, we will be able to add in an address. So in our conversation with our particular resident, he'll say that your bus was going by too fast in front of my house, and the address will be 131 East 22nd Street, and hit the search bar. It will come up with a closest address that matches what you input. Click on that, and it'll drop a pin, and then you have to scroll in a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. Now this will give us a thumbtack of the exact address of where the gentleman called in at, and we can use our tools over here on the right-hand side to draw a temporary zone around the area of question. So we want to go as big as we can, but also kind of keep in mind that we want to stay off main freeways because we're going to get a lot of contact with main freeways where our bus will be. Right here is our pin. So what I'll do is I'll draw my temporary zone by clicking on the polygon tool, and I'll stay off the main highway, but I will go over on this one little side street, East Street, just for part of the demonstration. I'm going to stay again off the main roads, but I am going to keep the zone fairly large as I can. If you need to make it larger, you certainly can. You might even get a message that says the polygon may be too small. Don't let that throw you. Go ahead and give it a try before you dismiss this message. All right. The next thing is you may be getting calls for something that happened today or something more historical. In our example, we have the caller talking about yesterday. Yesterday morning, right about 7:45, in fact. So we're going to pick on the 19th of August. And obviously, this will be the default speed, 55 miles an hour. But we can set this speed for whatever we want it to be. So I'm going to make this down to 25 miles an hour. All right. When I hit the Generate Report button, it'll come up with our graphical map, which comes in two pieces. One is the graphics here that we see, and then down below, where the meat and potatoes are, right down here, these are all the vehicles that did register 25 miles an hour or more in our graphical zone. This will show all the vehicles that went 25 miles an hour or more in the selected zone that we just made. You'll notice that this report is also sortable. So we can sort out our max speed time, the event that max speed occurred, by just clicking on one of the arrows, and it will resort the graph. Now we'll have the most recent to the most earliest time within the scan period, and we'll see that we have, let's take a look closely, we have 1600 hours, we have, oh, look at here, we have 29.2 miles an hour occurring at 7:46. That meets the criteria for 15 minutes before 8. So by clicking on the speedometer icon, that'll show us where that speed occurred at that address. And that'll show us on East 22nd, right here where the speedometer is, it'll show us that the vehicle went a 29.2 at 7:46 yesterday. That does in fact meet the criteria that our community member called about, the address and the speed. In this particular example, the speed limit in that area may be 25 and maybe 30, 35 miles an hour. You have to know that piece. So by using this report, maybe in a residential area, all default speed limits fall at 25 miles an hour. Is this caller legitimately concerned? Maybe so. This does provide you a little bit of insight, whether you're going to coach the community member that the vehicle was in fact going within the speed limit, or maybe this is also an opportunity for you to reach to your drivers and remind them of the speed limits in residential areas. In any case, this tool will help you separate what's fact versus what's perception, and that is gold. And that's how it works.
Thanks, Dave. That's great.
You're welcome. Take care.
You have a good one.